The day her younger sister chose the same wedding date, Elena Carter didn't argue. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She didn't even raise her voice. She just nodded once like someone accepting information that would matter later. Because something inside her didn't break. It went quiet instead. And that silence would end up costing her family far more than they ever expected. Elena Carter was 32 years old when she learned that the worst betrayals rarely come from strangers. They come from people who already know exactly how much you're willing to tolerate. 7 months before her wedding, her younger sister Lauren announced her own wedding date, July 5th, 2025. The exact same date Elena had announced during Christmas dinner the previous December. The same date she had already secured? The same date she had already paid a $3,200 non-refundable deposit for on September 21st, 2024. When Elena asked her to move it, Lauren didn't argue either. She just smiled that careful, composed smile she used when she already knew she had control of the situation. She said the Grand Monarch Hotel only had that one Saturday available all year. Elena called the venue herself the next morning during her break. It wasn't true. There were 5 open Saturdays. When she asked their parents to step in, hoping for fairness more than support, her mother didn't hesitate. She looked straight at her and said, "You'll understand someday. Lauren's wedding is the one people are going to remember." Elena nodded. She even said okay. But something in her chest shifted permanently. Her mother was right, just not in the way she thought. 10 minutes before Elena's ceremony began, her parents rushed into the venue late, still dressed from Lauren's luxury black tie reception across the city. Her mother's evening heels clicked too fast against the marble floor. Her father was slightly out of breath. They had expected Elena to be getting married somewhere small, something practical, something forgettable. Instead, they walked through the doors and stopped, completely still. Her father went pale first. Her mother stopped mid-step like someone who had just realized they misunderstood the entire situation, because they had absolutely no idea what Elena had actually planned. The day Lauren announced her wedding date, Elena's wedding date, Elena was in the middle of a medication round in the pediatric intensive care unit. Second floor, evening shift, 7:42 p.m. The unit smelled faintly like antiseptic wipes and warmed plastic from IV tubing. The constant background sound of monitors created a rhythm every ICU nurse eventually learns to think inside. She had 4 patients that night: a 5-year-old recovering from cardiac surgery, a 9-year-old fighting bacterial meningitis, a 6-year-old near-drowning patient on a ventilator, and a 2-year-old in respiratory failure after pneumonia complications. Her phone vibrated in her scrub pocket. She ignored it. Protocol came first. When you're preparing morphine, you don't check text messages, not even for family. But it kept vibrating. Again, again, again. Family group chat. The one that usually stayed quiet until Lauren had something new to announce. Elena finished her medication checks, scanned the barcodes, signed off her charts, washed her hands, then stepped into the supply room where the noise of the unit became slightly muted. Only then did she look. 61 unread messages. Her stomach tightened before she even opened them. She scrolled quickly. Engagement photos. Lauren and her fiancé Eric standing under warm decorative lights, her hand extended toward the camera, a large diamond catching the photographer's flash. Congratulations everywhere. Heart emojis, champagne emojis, voice notes. Then she saw it. Wedding date, July 5th, 2025. Her hands immediately went cold. Not metaphorically, actual loss of warmth. A stress response she recognized from years of trauma training. July 5th, her date. The one she had announced 7 months earlier. The one she had already committed thousands of dollars toward. She read it again, then again, her brain trying to find a mistake. Her coworker Danielle leaned into the doorway. "You okay?" Elena answered automatically. "Yeah." Her voice sounded strangely distant even to herself. "Just family stuff." Danielle studied her face longer than most people would. "You sure?" Elena nodded, forcing herself back into clinical thinking. Task first, emotion later. "I need to double-check the morphine dosage on bed 3. Can you verify my math?" Of course. Her hands were shaking just enough that she didn't fully trust herself. That scared her more than the messages. Driving home at 8:10 a.m. after her shift, the early sunlight felt too bright after 12 hours under hospital lighting. She kept replaying everything. Lauren's face at Christmas dinner. The brief silence after Elena announced her wedding date. the tight smile, the way Lauren had suddenly gone very quiet. At the time, Elena had ignored it. Now she recognized it. Pattern recognition was part of nursing too. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe she forgot. Maybe she didn't remember. Maybe. No. Elena had seen that look before. When Elena got accepted into nursing school and Lauren didn't get into her first choice program. When Elena bought her first car herself while Lauren still needed financial help from their father. When Elena got engaged first. Lauren didn't forget things. Lauren kept score. Elena pulled into the parking lot of the modest apartment building she shared with her fiancé, Marcus. A small one-bedroom they rented for $1,980 a month. Slightly outdated kitchen. Thin walls, reliable heat. Nothing impressive. Exactly what they could afford without stress. She sat in her car for almost 10 minutes without moving, just letting the engine tick as it cooled. Marcus was probably already asleep. He had just finished a 48-hour emergency response rotation at Station 19. They passed each other like people working opposite tides. But they understood each other in ways most couples didn't. Both of them had careers where someone else's worst day always came first. As she sat there, Elena thought about a patient from years earlier. A little girl named Sophie, 6 years old, leukemia. She had come into the ICU in septic shock one cold night in November 2022. There was one moment Elena would never forget. 4:18 a.m. The monitor alarm changed pitch first. That sharp descending pulse oximeter tone every ICU nurse recognizes instantly. Oxygen saturation dropping, 88, 83, 79. The respiratory therapist was tied up in another emergency 2 floors down. So Elena didn't hesitate. She reached for the bag valve mask, checked the oxygen line connection automatically, adjusted the mask seal over Sophie's face, and started ventilating. 1 breath, 2, 3. She watched for chest rise, adjusted her grip, kept the seal tight. Her thinking narrowed into sequence. Airway, breathing, circulation, problem, action, priority. No space for panic, only procedure. She manually ventilated Sophie for 18 straight minutes without stopping, squeezing air into her lungs in steady rhythm, watching the monitor numbers and waveform while counting breaths automatically. She counted without realizing she was doing it. 1,
I know this
2,
is hard, but I need
3.
you to understand.
Stay with me.
Understand
You're okay.
What? What are you saying?
Keep breathing.
The truth is,
She said it
it's
quietly
over.
even though the girl was sedated.
Over, just
Nurses
like
talk
that?
anyway. It keeps your hands steady. Keeps your brain from imagining the alternative. Sophie's mother stood beside her, gripping Elena's arm so tightly, Elena could feel the woman's pulse racing through her fingers. Please don't let her die, she whispered. Elena could feel sweat building inside her gloves, her forearms starting to burn. But she didn't slow the rhythm. 1 breath, 2, 3. Watch the chest. Watch the numbers. Keep the seal tight. Don't lose the rhythm. Elena didn't let her die. Sophie survived another 10 months of treatment. Remission followed. Recovery. Her parents still sent Elena a holiday card every December. Elena had spent most of her life making herself smaller so Lauren could feel bigger. Giving space, giving attention, letting Lauren be the center of birthdays, holidays, photos, conversations. This time she was done shrinking. She got out of the car and went upstairs. Marcus was asleep on the couch, still wearing his department t-shirt, television remote in his hand. She sat beside him and touched his shoulder. He woke instantly. Years of emergency work trained you to wake fast. Hey, you okay? My sister booked her wedding on our date, Elena said quietly. He sat up immediately. What? July 5th, our date. She announced it tonight. He stared at her a second. That's not an accident. No, Elena said. It isn't. What are you going to do? Lauren added it casually like it was nothing. They're being incredibly generous, she said, referring to Eric's parents helping with their future condo. Her father nodded with approval. That's smart. Build equity early. That's how you get ahead. Elena didn't answer. She just caught Marcus's eye across the room. He was standing near the built-in shelves, a glass of bourbon in his hand, quietly observing the same social choreography he had now seen several times. He gave her a small, knowing smile. Marcus had met her parents exactly 4 times before that night. Once at a summer cookout, once at Thanksgiving the previous year before Elena had been called in for an emergency shift, once at her father's birthday dinner, and now here. Each time they had been polite, careful, distant. They asked him about work, about the fire department, about retirement plans, benefits, overtime structure. Never about what it felt like to run into buildings everyone else was running out of. When Marcus once mentioned carrying an 82-year-old man down 3 flights of stairs during a fire evacuation, Elena's father had simply nodded and said, "That's good work, stable work." Stable. That was the word they always used, like Marcus was a well-built appliance, dependable, useful, replaceable. They sat down for dinner. Her mother brought out the prime rib on a large white serving platter. Her father carved as always. Lauren and Eric received the first plates, then her parents, then Elena and Marcus. The order had never changed. "So," her mother said, already turning toward Lauren, "how's work going, sweetheart?" Lauren lit up immediately. "Amazing, I just closed my biggest quarter yet. $412,000 in oncology sales." Her father's eyebrows lifted. "That's outstanding." "It's exhausting," Lauren said with a practiced laugh. "But the commission checks make it worth it." "You've always been driven," her mother said warmly. Lauren smiled. "I might qualify for Chairman's Circle this year. It's a company trip to Santorini, all expenses paid, 5-star resort." "You deserve that," her mother said instantly. Elena picked up her fork. Marcus's hand found her knee under the table. A small squeeze. Grounding. "What about you, Elena?" her Aunt Diane asked politely. "How's the hospital?" "Busy," Elena said. "Respiratory season, high patient census, a lot of pediatric cases." Her mother nodded sympathetically. "That sounds hard, honey." 3 seconds passed. Then her father turned toward Eric. "So, Eric, what's your outlook on the market right now? I've been thinking about expanding the service side of one of the dealerships." And just like that, Elena disappeared from the conversation. Marcus leaned closer. "You want to leave early?" he whispered. She shook her head slightly. "Not yet." She waited until dessert. Apple pie. Her mother's traditional recipe. Vanilla bean ice cream melting on top. Elena set her fork down carefully. "So, Marcus and I actually have some news," she said. Her mother looked up. "Oh?" Elena raised her hand slightly. The ring caught the candlelight. White gold. Simple. Clean. Elegant. "We're engaged." Her mother blinked, leaned forward, took Elena's hand, turned it slightly toward the light. "Well, congratulations, sweetheart." Pause. "It's beautiful." Another pause. "Very delicate." Delicate. The word landed heavier than intended. Marcus had saved $425 a month for 8 months. $3,400. He had visited 4 jewelers before choosing that ring. He picked it because the jeweler told him the cut would maximize brilliance. Because he wanted her to have something worthy of her. "When did this happen?" her father asked. "September," Marcus said. "I proposed at Harbor Point, sunrise." "How thoughtful," Aunt Diane said. Lauren smiled, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. "When's the wedding?" Elena answered calmly. "July 5th, 2025. She watched Lauren's reaction carefully. The micro-expression lasted less than a second. Jaw tension, blink delay, a flicker of calculation, then gone. "That's soon," Lauren said slowly. 9 months, Elena replied. "Plenty of time." "How big?" Eric asked. "About 175 guests." "Where?" Elena hesitated deliberately. "Not yet. Not until everything was fully secured." "We've reserved a venue," she said. "We'll share details once contracts are finalized." Her mother turned back toward Lauren almost immediately, as if relieved to restore the natural order. "And how are things with you two?" she asked. Lauren launched into a story about a recent trip to Sonoma. Wine tastings, private driver, luxury spa. Eric's parents had paid for everything. A birthday gift. Elena watched her parents lean forward, ask questions, engage. Marcus caught her eye again, raised one eyebrow. A silent question. She gave the smallest shrug. They both understood the system. After dinner, everyone moved to the living room. Coffee, more pie. Her father poured aged bourbon. Lauren excused herself. "I'll just help clear plates." She was gone exactly 11 minutes. Elena noticed because nurses always notice time. When Lauren came back, her eyes looked different. Sharper, focused. She sat beside Eric and laughed slightly too loudly at something Elena's uncle said. Driving home that night, Marcus finally spoke. "Your sister looked hungry." Elena looked over. "For what?" He shook his head slightly. "I don't know, but it wasn't dessert." Elena stared out the window. City lights sliding past, storefronts closing, holiday lights still hanging from lampposts. "She's always wanted what I have," Elena said quietly. Marcus glanced at her. "You think she'll try something?" "I don't know," Elena said. But she did. She just didn't know how far Lauren would go. There was something important to understand about Elena's family. Lauren had always been the golden child. Not because she was kinder, not because she worked harder. Because she succeeded in the language their parents understood. Money, status, visible success. Lauren was a senior pharmaceutical sales specialist in oncology. She earned about $192,000 a year with commission. She drove a white BMW X3. She lived in a luxury condo downtown with floor-to-ceiling windows and designer lighting. Her social media had nearly 180,000 followers. She posted curated pieces of her life: travel, restaurants, outfits, bonuses. Elena earned $72,000 a year. She drove a fully paid-off 2018 Honda Civic. She lived in a one-bedroom apartment with Marcus. $1,980 rent. Her social media had 420 followers, mostly coworkers, former classmates. She posted maybe twice a year. At family dinners, conversation naturally bent toward Lauren, her latest sales quarter, her new handbag, her weekend in Aspen. Their parents leaned in when she spoke. They asked questions. They beamed. When Elena talked about work, her mother would say, "That sounds stressful, honey." Then someone changed the subject. It had been this way for years. Elena's 16th birthday, April 2009. Her parents gave her a car, a 2003 Toyota Camry, 142,000 miles, manual transmission. The air conditioning barely worked. Her father handed her the keys. "This will teach responsibility." She had said thank you, and meant it. She needed it to get to her part-time job at a senior care center. Lauren turned 16 10 months later, February 2010. She received a brand new 2010 Volkswagen Passat. Leather seats, navigation, heated steering wheel. Her parents made the $5,000 down payment. At Lauren's birthday dinner, her father raised his glass. "We're so proud of the young woman you're becoming." No toast had been made at Elena's. Nursing school graduation, May 2016. Elena graduated with her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She had worked part-time throughout school, graduated with $41,000 in loans. Her parents attended, took photos, dinner afterward. "We're proud of you," her mother said. Nursing is such a secure career. Secure, that word again. Lauren graduated the next year. Marketing degree, private university. Her parents paid $34,000 a year, 4 years, $136,000. They threw her a graduation party. Catered food, 80 guests, custom banner. Lauren graduated debt-free. At that party, Elena overheard her mother telling a friend, "We always knew Lauren would do something big." Elena didn't say anything. She didn't argue. She didn't correct her. For the first time in her life, she just observed, like she did at the hospital. Patterns, behavior, priorities, cause and effect. And slowly she understood something else. She had spent years trying to be understood, trying to be fair, trying to be patient, trying to be the reasonable one. That night she realized something simple. Reasonable people don't win against people who compete. They win by changing the rules. Elena didn't decide to fight Lauren, not yet. She decided something much quieter. She stopped explaining herself. And that was the moment everything started to change. That was the night Elena stopped reacting and started planning. "I always knew Lauren would do well," Elena's mother said proudly. "She's already had 3 companies reach out to her this quarter. She's just driven." Elena was standing less than 3 meters away, holding a paper plate of cold pasta salad, still wearing her hospital scrubs because she had come straight from a 12-hour shift. Her mother didn't even look at her. Summer 2019. Family vacation. Her parents had rented a large lake house in northern Michigan. 4 bedrooms, private dock, 2 kayaks tied to the pier. Everyone had been invited, aunts, uncles, cousins. Lauren got the master bedroom, king bed, private bathroom, balcony facing the water. Elena got the pull-out couch in the downstairs den. When she asked why, her mother answered without hesitation, "Lauren needs her rest. You've always been easier about things." Easier. That word again. That week, her father took Lauren out on the boat every morning. Just the two of them, fishing, talking, laughing. He asked Elena once, "You want to come tomorrow?" She was standing at the sink washing breakfast dishes. "I'll stay and help Mom clean up." "That's my girl," her mother said, "always so reliable." Lauren came back from those mornings sun-flushed and glowing, her father's arm casually around her shoulders. Elena watched from the kitchen window, her hands in dishwater gone cold. One afternoon, Elena sat alone on the dock reading a novel she couldn't focus on. Her uncle Robert came and sat beside her. "You doing all right, kiddo?" "Yeah," she said automatically. "I'm fine." He studied her longer than most people did. "You know they're proud of you too, right?" She didn't answer. He hesitated. "Don't really understand what you do. Saving lives isn't something they know how to measure. Lauren sells things. They can see that." Elena nodded slightly. "I know." He squeezed her shoulder gently and left her there. She stared at the same page of her book for almost 10 minutes, without reading a word. Lauren's daily life looked like this. Wake up around 7:45, Peloton ride, post-workout selfie, caption about discipline. By 9 a.m., 1,800 likes. Shower, hair, makeup. Outfit coordinated for photos. Every day was content. Client meetings, doctor lunches paid for by the pharmaceutical company. Expense account dinners, hotel conference rooms, flights booked last minute, back home by evening. Dinner with Eric, cocktails with friends, tagged locations, tagged brands, weekend trips, Charleston, Scottsdale, San Diego. Always posted in real time. Elena's mother commented on nearly every photo. "Beautiful. So proud of you. Enjoy every minute." Her parents called Lauren every Sunday. Long conversations, career updates, relationship updates, travel plans. They called Elena maybe once every 3 weeks, 15 minutes. "How's work?" "Busy." "Well, we won't keep you. You're probably tired." That was usually it. Elena's typical day looked very different. Wake up at 5:30 p.m. Night shift schedule, shower, scrubs, hair pulled tight into a bun, no makeup. It would just sweat off anyway. Drive to the hospital. 17 minutes if traffic was light. Employee parking garage, badge in, second floor, PICU. 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. 12 hours. Usually 3 or 4 patients. Ventilators humming, IV pumps clicking, medication drips, vital checks every hour, charting, more charting, endless charting. Around 2:15 a.m. dinner usually meant a vending machine turkey sandwich and stale crackers. Coffee from the break room that tasted like burned plastic. Parents sleeping in recliners beside hospital beds. Elena brought them blankets, coffee, updates. "She's stable. I'm watching him closely. I'm right here." 7 a.m. shift report. Drive home. Marcus usually leaving for his shift just as she arrived. They kissed in the doorway, passed each other like ships trading places. Sleep until 2:30 p.m. Pay bills, laundry, groceries, repeat. No Instagram posts, no comments, no applause. But the 6-year-old in bed 3 breathed easier because Elena adjusted her oxygen settings exactly right. That had to count for something. Most days it did. Thanksgiving 2023. Elena had requested the day off 6 weeks early. Submitted October 12th. Waited. November 2nd schedule posted. She was assigned Thanksgiving night, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. She called her supervisor. "I requested off." "I know," the supervisor said, "but Kelly's child is in the hospital and you're the only senior PICU nurse available." "What about the others?" "They're new. If something goes bad, I need someone experienced." So Elena worked. That night, 3 emergency admissions arrived from a highway crash. A family of 5. 2 children came to PICU. An 8-year-old boy with head trauma. A 5-year-old girl with internal bleeding. The parents stood in the hallway still wearing blood-stained clothes. The father kept repeating, "We were just going to dinner.
Doing so
Just
well,
dinner."
sweetie.
Elena stayed with those children all night.
Rest now.
The
I'll
boy
be right
stabilized just after midnight. The girl came back from surgery at 2:08 a.m. Elena checked her vitals every 15 minutes. At 10:56 p.m., her phone buzzed. Family group chat, photos from Thanksgiving dinner. Everyone smiling around the table, turkey, candles, wine glasses. Her mother had written, "Missing Elena." But we know work always comes first for her. The message looked kind. The implication wasn't. Lauren would never miss Thanksgiving. Lauren understood priorities. Lauren knew what mattered. Elena was adjusting a ventilator while reading it. A 5-year-old was alive because she wasn't home eating pie. At 11:40, she ate her vending machine sandwich. Dry bread, processed turkey. $1.25. It stuck in her throat. At 2:37 a.m., the girl's mother hugged her. "You saved her," she cried. "You saved my baby." Elena went home at 7:25. Marcus had left her a plate of food in the fridge. Cold stuffing, cold turkey. They ate together quietly at the kitchen counter. Her mother called 3 days later. 42 minutes. 39 of them about Lauren's new promotion. She asked about Elena's holiday once. "Was it busy?" "Yeah." "Well, you've always been dedicated." That was the entire conversation. Elena stopped expecting equal treatment somewhere around 2020. She stopped hoping they would notice around 2022. By the time Marcus proposed in 2024, she believed she had accepted it. Or at least she thought she had. There's a difference between accepting favoritism and watching it become betrayal. Elena met Marcus 5 years earlier. Apartment fire downtown. 9-year-old girl with smoke inhalation. Marcus had been on the medic crew that brought her in. He stayed with the parents while Elena stabilized the child. At 3:12 a.m. outside the ICU, he told her, "You're incredible at what you do." She answered, "So are you." Coffee came later, then more coffee, then everything else. He understood night shifts, missed holidays, what it meant to carry responsibility for strangers. Her parents met him twice before the engagement, both times briefly, polite, distant. After he proposed, Elena called them. Her mother's first question, "How big is the ring?" "It's perfect," Elena said. "I'm sure it's lovely," her mother replied. "Lauren's boyfriend works in finance. Did she mention that?" The call lasted 26 minutes, 17 of them about Lauren and Eric. When Elena hung up, Marcus asked quietly, "Do they actually hear you?" "Not anymore," she answered. January 18th, 2025, 2:41 p.m. Elena was restocking supply carts in PICU when her phone buzzed. Family group chat. 58 unread messages. "Lauren, we're engaged." Photos followed. "Congratulations." Excitement. Then Elena saw it. Wedding date, July 5th, 2025. The Grand Monarch only had one Saturday left and we grabbed it. Her hands went cold instantly. She typed slowly. "Lauren, that's my date." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Lauren, "Oh, I thought yours wasn't finalized yet." Elena stared at the screen. Not finalized. She had announced it publicly. Deposit paid, contracts signed. Lauren had been sitting 3 seats away. Elena typed, "I put the deposit down in September. You were there when I announced it." The typing bubble appeared again, paused, appeared again. And Elena suddenly understood something very clearly. This wasn't confusion. This was strategy. And for the first time in her life, she didn't try to explain herself. She just watched. The way she watched unstable patience. The way she watched numbers, patterns, behavior, intent. And in that moment, Elena realized something important. Lauren hadn't taken the date because she forgot. She took it because she knew Elena wouldn't fight back. That assumption would turn out to be her first mistake. Lauren answered like someone discussing a scheduling inconvenience. "I know," she said, "but you never sent official save the dates, so I assumed you were still figuring things out. The Grand Monarch only had this one Saturday open. We had to move fast." Their mother joined in before Elena could answer. "I'm sure the 2 of you can work something out." Elena stared at her phone for 1 second longer, then walked out of the break room, down the hall, past the medication room, and into an empty patient room that had not been assigned yet. She closed the door, called Lauren directly. Lauren answered on the 3rd ring. "Hey, you need to change your date," Elena said. No greeting, no small talk. A short silence. Then Lauren exhaled through her nose. "Elena, I can't just unbook the Grand Monarch. Do you know how hard that venue is to get?" "You got engaged 3 weeks ago," Elena said. 21 days. I've been planning for 4 months. Another pause. When Lauren spoke again, her voice had changed. Not louder, sharper. Maybe you should have chosen a more flexible venue. Elena gripped the phone harder. You did this on purpose. That's ridiculous. Is it? You're being dramatic. You sat at that table in December. You heard me say July 5th. You looked directly at me. Lauren let out a soft laugh with no warmth in it. Elena, I don't remember every detail of every conversation. I'm sorry if there's a conflict, but I'm not changing my date. We already put down $15,000. Elena looked at the wall in front of her. I put down $3,200 in September. Lauren's voice turned cold. Well, I guess that's the difference between our budgets. The silence after that felt heavier than shouting. Figure it out, Lauren said. Then she hung up. Elena stood there holding the phone for several seconds, listening to the deadline. That sentence stayed with her longer than anything else. The difference between our budgets. Not confusion, not a mistake. A message. That night she called her parents. Her father answered. She explained everything, the timeline, the deposit, the engagement date, the fact that Lauren had known exactly what she was doing. He listened, then said flatly, "Nobody stole anything. It's just a conflict." A conflict she created on purpose. Her mother came onto the line. "Honey, I know this is frustrating." "Frustrating?" Elena said. "She took my wedding date." "Don't be dramatic," her father said. The room went very quiet around her. They were doing it again, turning something precise into something emotional so they wouldn't have to deal with it. "You don't have to choose sides," Elena said. "You just have to tell her to pick another date." No answer. Then her mother spoke, gentle in the way that hurt most. "Elena, sweetheart, Lauren's wedding is important for the whole family." Elena said nothing. Her mother continued. "Eric's parents are very well connected. There are business relationships here, opportunities. Your father has spent years building his network. You have to understand the bigger picture." Elena laughed once, a sound with no humor in it. "The bigger picture where I don't
We're
count."
almost at our goal.
That's not what I'm
This is
saying.
incredible. People are really
It's exactly
responding.
what you're saying.
It's all coming together. We're
Her mother
making a
lowered
real
her voice.
difference.
We are.
Of course you count.
Thanks for pushing with this.
But you have to be realistic. Her father took the phone back. Lauren's wedding is the one people are going to talk about. There it was. Not hidden now, not softened. Just said plainly. Business contacts, social value, status, visibility. And Elena, as always, was supposed to be reasonable about it. "You'll understand when you're older," her mother added. Elena closed her eyes. "I'm 3 years older than Lauren." No one answered that. "So what exactly am I supposed to do?" Elena asked. Her father didn't hesitate. "Pick another date. It's just a date. Don't make this about you." Her hands started shaking again, like they had in the supply room. Only now she wasn't holding a medication syringe. She was holding the full weight of something she had probably known for years and never allowed herself to say out loud. "It is about me," she said quietly. "It's my wedding." "You've always been so independent," her mother said. "You don't need us the way Lauren does." That sentence did more damage than all the others, because it explained everything. Not fairness, not love, utility. Lauren was rewarded because she demanded. Elena was neglected because she endured. She hung up without saying goodbye. Marcus found her an hour later sitting on the couch in the dark. He didn't ask what happened. He just sat beside her, close enough for his shoulder to touch hers. After a while, he said, "You don't have to prove anything to them." Elena stared straight ahead. "I'm not trying to prove anything anymore," she said. A pause, then quieter. "I'm just done begging to be seen." 3 days passed. No calls, no texts, no apology, no follow-up. Then, January 21st, Lauren posted a venue story on social media. Grand Monarch Hotel, crystal chandeliers, champagne glasses. Her tagged caption, "Blessed beyond words." That was the moment Elena stopped asking for approval. She emailed their wedding coordinator that night, confirmed everything, locked the date. July 5th, 2025. No changes, no negotiations, no compromise. If her family wanted to miss it, they could miss everything that actually mattered. February through May became a masterclass in dismissal. The family group chat transformed into Lauren wedding headquarters. Menu tastings, dress fittings, band options, signature cocktails, floral mock-ups, seating charts, roughly 400 messages about Lauren's day. When Elena posted anything about her own wedding, she usually got two responses: a thumbs up emoji from Aunt Diane, a brief "looks nice" from one cousin. That was it. Lauren posted a photo from her dress appointment. Designer label, $6,800 gown. Their parents paid for it in full. They turned the day into an event. 12 women, champagne brunch, professional photographer. A week later, Elena's mother called. "Honey, I'd love to help with your dress too. I know things are tighter for you and Marcus. Let me contribute." Elena was standing in her kitchen when she took the call. She looked at the garment bag hanging on the closet door. "I already bought mine." "Oh," her mother said. "How much was it?" Elena almost smiled. "It's perfect for the venue." "I'm sure it's lovely," her mother said. "Simple can be very elegant." She assumed inexpensive. Elena let her. The dress had cost $2,650. She paid for it herself. March brought the RSVP problem. 72 people received invitations to both weddings. Family, shared friends, old neighbors, people forced to choose. 64 chose Lauren. 8 chose Elena. Aunt Diane sent an email. "Sweetheart, we would love to come to yours, but we already committed to Lauren's and it's black tie. We bought outfits already. I know you understand. We'll celebrate with you after the honeymoon." One cousin, Noah, chose Elena's. He texted privately. "For what it's worth, this is messed up." In April, Lauren dropped a message into the group chat. "So are you doing a church ceremony or just a courthouse thing?" Elena looked at it, put the phone down, didn't answer. A few minutes later, her mother called. "Where exactly is your wedding? I need to coordinate with the family schedule." "It's handled," Elena said. "But where?" "You'll see when you get there." That answer bothered them more than anger would have. Let them wonder. Let them guess. They would know soon enough, because there was something her family didn't know. Autumn 2022. A 6-year-old girl named Sophie Hart had been admitted to PICU in septic shock during leukemia treatment. Elena had been assigned as her primary nurse. 8 12-hour shifts in a row. Approved overtime. No complaints, no shortcuts. She stayed with that family through the worst week of their lives. At 3 a.m. one night, Sophie's father looked at Elena with the hollow, wrecked expression parents wear when they are trying not to fall apart in front of their child. "Is she going to make it?" he asked. Elena answered the only honest way she could. "I'm going to do everything I can, and I'm not going anywhere." She meant it. Sophie survived. 10 months of treatment, remission, recovery. At discharge, her mother hugged Elena and said, "We will never forget what you did for her." In early 2024, the Hart family announced a $12 million donation to the Children's Hospital Foundation. The new addition included overnight family suites, a healing terrace, a conference center, and a glass-walled event space called the Hart Family Pavilion Ballroom. Capacity, 190. State-of-the-art sound and lighting. Built for donor galas, milestone events, and selected private ceremonies. It opened in May 2025. In March of that year, Elena received an email from Sophie's father. "The pavilion is opening this spring. We'd be honored if you came to the dedication. And Elena, if you ever need the ballroom for something important, it's yours." When Marcus proposed in September 2024, Elena already knew exactly where she wanted to get married. She booked it on September 16th. $3,200 deposit. Foundation rate. The Hart family quietly waived the premium fees. She told almost no one. Her guest list was around 175 PICU colleagues. First responders, fire department command staff, hospital board members, donor families, former patient families, city officials, Marcus's family, people who understood service, people who understood sacrifice, people who knew the difference between status and substance. The hospital foundation offered to live stream the ceremony. For off-shift medical staff, for distant patient families, for donors who couldn't attend in person. Elena said yes. Then she and Marcus added one more thing. Instead of a traditional registry, they set up a fundraiser for pediatric cancer research. The hospital agreed to match the first $50,000. If people were going to watch, then the day should mean something beyond them. She told her family none of this. When her mother asked where the wedding was, Elena said it was handled. When Lauren made snide comments, Elena stayed quiet. They assumed she was planning something small, a courthouse, a park permit. A modest little ceremony they could squeeze between Lauren's hair appointment and cocktail hour. Let them think that. July 5th would explain everything. And this time, she wasn't going to explain herself. But this was only half the story. What happened next changed everything. Part 2 is in the next video.